Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today we're going to do this massive 2.5 pound ribeye on a Sportsman's grill. Y'all stay tuned. So I know a lot of you guys are probably saying, damn, Backwoods Gourmet has lost his friggin' mind. No way you're gonna do no 2.5 pound ribeye. This is a big chunk of meat. I ain't kidding you. That thing's like over 2 inches thick on the Sportsman's grill without burning that thing to pieces. Well, we're going to show you a way that you can absolutely do that steak perfectly using a couple of small devices sent over to us from the great folks at Avalon Bay. So here we go. Here's our massive meat. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to prep this. I'm going to do it just like I do with the rib. When I get just the ribs off these guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull that, work that membrane off the back there. Since in chewing on that, you'd be chewing on that for a week. And then we're going to go ahead and put some seasoning on it. Here with this big piece of meat, this is a lot of meat. I'm going with something really bold here, and that's going to be some Montreal, McCormick Montreal steak seasoning. Okay, it's a nice texture on the outside. Okay, and now what we got to do is vacuum pack this guy, and I'll show you why. Alright, so I got a bag ready. We'll go ahead and see if I can get it to fit in there. It's gonna be tight, but it does go in there. Trying to make the most room possible. And what we have here is we have some fresh thyme. This is going to be just the marinating portion of this cook. We're going to put some fresh thyme in there, both sides of it. I have plenty. Flip it over. Fresh thyme on this side. Throw that in there, and then what we have is melted butter, and we're going to go ahead and pour that right in there. Kind of let that work down in the bag, you know, get all in the steak, get in the bag, keep anything from, you want to make sure all the parts of it are got a little butter on them, just like that. So the folks over at Avalon Bay sent us over a brand new vacuum packer, and this one's pretty simple to operate. It comes with one thing I forgot to mention. With this process, you want to make sure we're using BPA free bags, okay? The ones you can actually cook in. Alright, BPA free. That's important. So we're going to go ahead and set this guy up in the vacuum packer. Now this one's not as easy to close as the food saver. You have to put substantial pressure on both sides of that until you hear those gauges or those latches click in. This is their nicer model. It has the same kind of controls as the food saver version. So here we're just going to vacuum and seal this guy, and I have it on moist. Just waiting for the seal light to go off. And it has. And one thing I did notice about this is the seal is actually doubled on this unit, which is, you know, the food saver only has a single line. This is a double sealed line. So what we're going to do with this guy now is we're going to stick it back in the refrigerator a little later today. So we brought our big old huge marinated ribeye steak out here about maybe 45 minutes ago, and just kind of letting it go up to room temperature. And how we're going to cook that giant steak on a Sportsman's grill is what we have here is the Avalon Bay sous vide, and most people call these a stick. Okay, just hanging on a pot. We got water going in there, and we've set that thing for the per the directions over here for a medium rare. Okay, me and Miss Backwoods like our steak medium rare, and I got an hour and 45 minutes set on the timer there. So what we're going to do is just going to take our bag. It's vacuum packed, that steak, and we're going to lower it down in that water, and now that's going to start cooking, and immediately and automatically that thing will start counting down, and it's going to keep it at 134 degrees, the water temperature, and that's circulating. It's got a little impeller in the stick here that causes the water to circulate and keeps the water same temperature from top to bottom. We have it in a stainless steel pot, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to move it over a little bit. And you know, this is a stainless steel table, so it tends to you know, pull heat away from, make the machine work a little harder. So we're just going to set it on some hot pads, and also we have like a, you know, one of our dish towels hanging around here because it's a little breezy out here today, to keep it from blowing the heat off the pot. So our sous vide has about 20 minutes to go. Starting to, you can see a little changes with it. So we want to have some sides for our steak, and this is one large sweet onion I've cut in 3 slices. Now, you know, before we put that steak, we put it in a vacuum bag. You do not have to have a vacuum packer to use this. These are some zipper bags that came with the unit. However, you can use standard old Ziploc bags. And I'll show you, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil on these guys. Some olive oil and some Seminole Swamp seasoning right there. I'm going to put them in as a bag, push most of the air out of them. We're going to put it right in the sous vide. Okay, so time expired on the sous vide for this massive chunk of ribeye. It looks pretty awesome. So we'll see how it turns out. We're just going to let it sit here and rest a minute, and while we're getting the Sportsman's grill ready. Alright guys, so just put a layer of coals right there on the Sportsman's grill. We're going to go ahead and hit on our other side. That is a sweet potato. We got 2 of those guys coming in, wrapped in foil. Going to do this true campfire style here on the sweet potatoes. They won't take long right down there on those coals. Okay, we got Sportsman's grill going nice and hot, and we have some mushrooms on some skewers. Gonna put them in the cool zones on the very ends down here. And this thing is raging hot right now. We just put some lump charcoal right on top of the charcoal that we cook these sweet potatoes on. We're going to keep them nice and close to the grill down here so they stay nice and warm. Those are already fully done. So now we just want to get a little, you know, get a little cook on these mushrooms here. And all I did with those, give them a little olive oil and a little seasoning. You guys follow me, you know we like to put some cast iron up here on the Sportsman's grill. We're going to take those sous vide onions. Those are almost all the way done right now, just like they are. and we just wanted to kind of sweat them in the sous vide. And so we're going to go ahead and put them in a little number 6 cast iron skillet there, and we're just going to brown them a little bit. So here's the final event. I'm going to pull that sous vide steak right out of its vacuum packer. I'm going to pull that thyme. We got to pull the seasoning off of it. You know, we don't want that to burn up on the grill. This is already perfectly cooked. So all we want to do is sear it and add a little bit of flavor. So since this is such a huge steak, I'm holding it on the edge with my tongs and searing that fat all the way around. Then we're going to flip her over real quick. Man, that is beautiful. We're going to start out with some of our onions right here out of the old cast iron. Going to kind of arrange them on the plate a little bit, and then we're going to come over and we're going to grab some of our sous vide ribeye. Oh my God, does that look awesome? So get that kind of nestled in there, and then we have some of these skewered. These were baby bella mushrooms we skewered, put right up there on the grill, and come in with those. Right behind that, you know, and I know it looks we'll maybe flake a little bit of the black off this. That is a charcoal grilled baked sweet potato. So, and that skin, even though it looks kind of black, it has a great flavor. And we have some softened butter right here. Go right in that sweet potato. That's going to be creamy, smoky, and awesome. And then just a little bit of this butter. It's like, you know, kind of half melted right now, right over top of that ribeye steak. Okay, so final garnish for the plate right here. Just a little sprig of thyme. Kind of tuck it down right in between those nice slices of the beautiful 2.5 pound ribeye. I was reading through the publication that came with that sous vide machine, and they gave directions in there for doing several types of wild game meats with this process. So I know my brother got a couple big ones up in Alabama this year, so as soon as we can get a hold of some of that, you'll be seeing it right here on the Backwoods Gourmet channel. And lastly, I'd just like to thank the folks over there at Avalon Bay for sending over those items for us to test out for them. And if you'd like to purchase that product, I'm going to leave you links right down in the description box where you can save a whole lot of money on those Avalon Bay sous vide machine and the vacuum packer. Hey, thanks for watching the Backwoods Gourmet. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button right down there. To subscribe to our channel, it's right over there. If you want to see our last video, you can right there. And for a whole playlist of cooking on the Lodge Sportsman's Grill, check it out right up there. We'll see you next time.